Hey, what's going on, guys? 3D Icicle Freeze here, or Jake. I said last video I would just say Jake, but I don't know. I like 3D Icicle Freeze. I have a lot of history with him. All of my friends were like, I thought your name was 3 Dixicle Freeze. Because the 3D, the D is capitalized because it's supposed to be like, 3D. And then actually it's hard because the I is capitalized, but people just, I don't know, they don't see that. So it was meant to be 3D Icicle Freeze. It was supposed to kind of like roll off the tongue and be, and almost like rhyme, because 3D Icicle Freeze. 3D Freeze. I mean, they don't really rhyme, but, I wanted something that sounded catchy. So how are you guys doing? So, I'm still driving. I'm still driving. What's it called? Home from my commute. I'm almost there, though. I'm actually one exit away. So there's actually something really personal I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've already talked to you guys a lot about like my anxiety, my depression, my mental health, and you guys have been so supportive. And I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's ever commented about their own struggles or commented about like supportive comments to me, and I really appreciate that. And so this is something that's actually very personal. So something, and I think I may have talked about this, but I've felt this now more than ever. So, and I don't think the girl I'm talking about knows my YouTube channel, or maybe she does, but I don't think she's subscribed. If she is, this is going to be really embarrassing, but she's never bothered to comment. So there's this girl I really like. I guess I just won't say her name so that way she wouldn't know. But there's this girl that I met on Instagram, and I don't really want to say her name just in case she watches this because it's embarrassing. But there's this girl on Instagram that I met, and I actually met her via Coyote Peterson. And what's it called? And because actually what happened was, if you guys know Coyote Peterson, I made that review, or I made that pretend video that I was Coyote, and that was a lot of fun. So I actually had seen that they were going on tour on the East Coast, and so I went to their Instagram and I was looking at pictures, and I saw this really pretty girl, and I was like, wow, this girl kind of looks like my age, and she likes Coyote Peterson. Because when I was really into him, into Coyote Peterson and watching his videos, I was like, wow, I feel like, because a lot of younger kids watch his videos, because, younger kids like animals. And I, even though I'm 21, going to be 22, I still like animals a lot. Excuse me. And I think animal conservation is really important. Listen, if those animals die, we die. We're linked. It's, believe me when I say, wouldn't be smart for us to not care about them. I know it's unrealistic, but I wish that we could. I wish that the world could just go even just one month without hunting anything or something. I mean, that would be just so cool. I would love, like, if we could just kind of, and don't get me wrong, I eat meat like almost every week, so I'm somebody who this would be a struggle for me. But anyway, though, so I was like, wow, this girl's really pretty, and I messaged her, and I actually had the balls to message this girl who looks like a goddess. And I was like, wow, I was like, you like Coyote Peterson? I was like, how old are you? Because I'm 20, and I was 20 at the time, and she was 19. I was like, I can't believe young people like, Coyote Peterson. And then I saw on her Instagram that she also believes in God. I was like, wow, that's awesome. You like God too? And she goes, yes. I told her how I had been at that point I was a recent Christian. And we kind of like, we talked a little bit. I'm very shy, and I don't want to bother people, so I don't message people like, even if I really want to message them and talk to them, I won't, because I don't want to bother people. And so I actually had the audacity. I said, would it be okay if I followed you? Like, I'd love to see, like, because she supports highly the ACCP. It's like the Animal, Control, Conservation, Protection, I'm assuming. If that's actually what it's called, I'm amazed that I remembered that. So, anyway, it's funny because if the girl I'm talking about is watching my video, she's gonna know exactly that I'm talking about her, but I don't think she does. So, and I haven't uploaded in a while, other than the last 2 random ramblings. So I don't think that she subscribed and is watching my videos. So like I tell my parents all the time, like my mom gets pissed. Like, because my mom wants me to have a girlfriend and wants me to bring a girl alone with me up to my room. She's like, Jake, be a man. Like, it used to be that my mom would be like, no girls in your room. And now my mom's like, Jake, just you can have a girl in your room, just bring a condom. and the reason I'm saying this is because I tell my parents all the time that I don't expect to get married. I'm somebody who can honestly go through life very solitary. I am my own best company. I enjoy having alone time, and I enjoy having my own alone time. And I have to admit that when I'm doing something on my computer or whatever, I admit I actually get bothered really easily by the fact that, like, when my mom walks in the door and I hear her heels clapping, I'm like, oh, she's home. Or even my dad, I'm like, oh, he'll go Jake, or my mom will go Jay, and I go, oh, what is it now? It's like, why can't I just be left alone? So that's why I tell my parents, if my mom gets pissed, that I don't really expect to get married. And also, for those of you who don't know, I've never had a girlfriend before. I am attracted to girls. I don't want any, I don't care. But, I'm not gay. I don't have any, what's the word? Attraction to men. I'm not asexual. I don't even know the definition of that, actually. But, I am attracted to women. I just don't think I'm attracted enough that I'd want to have a relationship where we live together. I'd prefer to live alone. But I don't know. I could be, eating those words, because this girl, I just wish I could meet her so badly, because she's just so stunning and so pretty and so kind too. I'll never forget, I messaged her because I was praying, and I started praying for her, and I got the feeling that she doesn't think a lot of herself. And I messaged her and I said, I just wanted to let you know, like, I hope everything's going well. I just wanted to message you to let you know that I'm praying for you, and I think the Lord told me to tell you that you don't think a lot of yourself, and you should have a lot of confidence. And I was really nervous about making this message, because I was messaging this girl, I think, who's stunning, and I'm telling her that I think that God told me that she has low self-esteem. And guess what? She messaged me and she said I was right. She messaged me saying, I have been struggling with depression and self-esteem. And I was shocked that I was right, but it was the Holy Spirit telling me, like, to her, that God knows that she doesn't have a lot of self-esteem, and she should. And the thing is, she's so pretty and she's so nice. It's very hard to get that combination. Listen, I go to school, I see pretty girls all the time, and then I hear what they say about their friends. Like, I hear small talk, and I'm just like, wow, that's actually a huge turnoff. Like, all of a sudden, even the physical appearance of somebody who's gorgeous, when they start saying things that are ugly on the inside, like their words, their physical appearance actually is distorted for me, and actually I don't find them as attractive, even on the outside anymore. Hopefully I'm not alone with that. But this girl is just so nice, and I'm so happy I was able to minister to her and work, use the Holy Spirit and go through her and tell her that, she needs more confidence. But the main question, and it took me 10 minutes to get to this question, she lives far away. That's the issue. I've never met her in real life. She has traveled to New York City, meaning maybe she would go again, and that actually could be an opportunity where I could meet her. Because I'm assuming she'd go with, her and her sister, and they'd stay in a hotel somewhere in New York City. But I would love to commute to the city and like meet her there, and like show her around the city and like have fun. And I've never felt this way about any other girl. But I actually want to meet her in person. And I want to do it without being creepy, because that's the hard part, is that today, I mean, she follows me back on Instagram, by the way. She followed me back. And so she sees me. I upload pictures. I've expressed that I'm 21. But who knows? Like, sometimes when you're messaging people, it's hard because it's like, you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. And so, I know that young women, especially pretty young women, need to be careful. And I agree with that. So I just don't know if she would ever even want to meet me, And so actually what I've been doing is, and I guess it kind of sounds silly, but I've been losing weight, not only for myself, but in hopes that I could look good and I would have the confidence to ask her, like, hey, if you go to the city or if I go to Texas, would you ever want to meet up? Assuming I was going to Texas or she was coming to New York. I would actually have the confidence to offer it. Like, if she said, like, oh, I'm going to New York City, I would not offer to meet her there because I'm embarrassed of the way I look. And I'm working on my physical appearance. And honestly, I'm doing really well. The thing is, though, is that I have a lot of work to do. And I'm hoping that I can get a body that I would be proud in, that would make me feel okay about, meeting her and showing her around and being comfortable. And, excuse me. So, I wanted to know what you guys think. Like, so I'm sorry it took 12 minutes to get to this point, this question. Do you guys think that long distance relationships can work? I mean, because I like this girl so much. And there's definitely a reason that I was put into her life. Because that God was able to move through me to tell her something that I didn't even know was the case, and it wound up being completely true. And she says she's never going to forget that experience. And I'm never either, because I couldn't believe that I had the audacity to tell her that. But the point I'm making is that, not to reiterate myself, but I believe that there's a reason that I was supposed to meet her. And I'm hoping it was beyond me just telling her that. But I don't know. And that's the part I hate. Is that I don't know if I can, if it'll work out. And I mean, even if I become a social worker, I could move to Texas to be with her. But even then, like, what if she didn't like me and then all of a sudden I'm stuck in Texas? What if, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, how, or like, what if she doesn't want to like move to New York? Or like, what if, because the ideal place I want to live right now is Virginia or Maine. Those are the two places I'd like to ideally live. I'm not too sure which one yet. But like, would she want to be with me like anywhere? Like, I'd love to meet her family and be around her family, and also have her family meet my family. Like, that's the thing. I'm not even this girl's girlfriend. We haven't even gone out, and I'm thinking about our families meeting. Like, that's how much I care about this girl. And I think about her a lot. And like, I just wish I could meet her, and I don't know. So I want your guys' opinion. This is very important to me because, I have a feeling it's probably not going to work out. But I've had negative thoughts my whole life, and when I have negative thoughts, they usually come true. They don't. If I say something's not going to happen, it usually doesn't happen. But there are many things that, because that is actually the whole reason I have grown up the way I've grown up, because I've always been a pessimist. I've always thought that, I've always said to myself, I don't want high expectations because I don't want to be let down and I don't want to get emotional about it. And now I've come to the point in my life that I'm very determined to meet my goals, and I'm not afraid of rejection or failure. But I want to be smart about how I go about accomplishing those goals. And so I wanted your guys' opinion as, do you think it could work out? Do you think that I should lose lots of weight and then when I feel comfortable, I'll message her? Do you think that, it probably wouldn't work out? Do you think that, it's like, that's the thing. I don't even know how to text girls or message girls because I'm afraid that I'm going to bother her. And, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a boyfriend because I know that that's usually another issue. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a boyfriend only because I feel like he'd be on her Instagram and there's no guy on her Instagram. So, but I'd have to say that I'm sure that there are a ton of guys that she's met that really want to go out with her because she's stunning. I don't see why not, so I don't know. I just wanted your guys' opinion on, have you guys had past relationships and how did they go? And like, how did you text and how did you, because one thing that I really struggle with is that I believe in sex after marriage. And so I always struggle with the idea, like, would we be enticed to have sex? And if so, if I said, listen, I don't want to do it, would that make her like unattracted to me? Like, there's so many thoughts I have spinning in my head. And I know it's kind of contradictory to what I just said about me now being confident and being, decisive. And I have been a lot more confident and decisive with actions and things that I do and what I say. But I just don't want to mess this up, so I'm cautious. So anyway, I just wanted your guys' opinion on, relationships and what has worked for you and what doesn't work for you. And please, I think most of the people I subscribed are young adults. Please feel free to not obviously talk about, I don't want to hear about like your sexual life, but like, was there ever a time where like you were wondering the same thing I was wondering? Like if, like, oh, like what if they want to have sex but I don't, and then will they not like me? You know what I mean? Like, was that ever an issue that crossed your mind, or did it ever happen? And did they not care? So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for listening for this video, because this video was very personal to me, because I don't normally have these kinds of views, and nor do I talk about them, because I know I've talked about touchy subjects, but I've never talked about this kind of subject, I don't think. I could be wrong. Maybe I have talked about this, but if not, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about relationships and whatnot. So actually, I just got home, so this is a perfect time to end the video. I want to thank you guys so much, and what's it called? And yeah, so please comment below, your experiences and any kind of advice, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Take care.